Hey guys, Mr. Fan 101 Alt here, back with another review, and this review is of Alpine Dolphin Go-Kart by X-Rains, Metacarnax, and Gogeta, I believe. And this is a track that X-Rains actually suggested, and he raced Season 1 of my Go-Kart series, and he actually had won the most races, which is 3, and he still is one of the top winners in go-kart. Go-kart's had a lot of different winners, but the top winners are, I have 4 wins, I think. Yes, I believe I have either 4 or 5 wins, and then Bowie Boy has 4, for sure. So those are the top winners in go-kart, but X-Rain's still up there. But this track is a random go-kart they made once Forge Island came out. And he had suggested I used it in the go-kart series, and I did, and it put up for not a very good race, but it's not really the track's fault. It was more of the drivers that were in it. The drivers that were in it were trolls, and I had to kick them out of the league, so that sort of posed as a problem. But overall, this track has a lot of very interesting sections. It's not at all like one of my go-karts. For one, this track is a heck of a lot longer than one of my go-karts would be, and the walls aren't as big. I usually make walls that are a little bit bigger because, you know, I don't want people to be going outside of them, which can sometimes happen here. I don't want people cutting them either. But I sort of like the size of the walls here. It's pretty decent, and it has a nice flow. It's got nice aesthetics. It's a pretty fun track. It's not the most technical go-kart, but it does have some technical sections where you gotta be fast, and if you are fast, then that's where you're gonna gain time. And I did use this, I already mentioned, but I did use this in go-kart. Also, another thing I want to say is that go-kart, we'd finished Season 3 about a month ago, and I was planning on doing 2 seasons in the summer. I was planning on starting Season 4, but Season 4 hasn't started. And just so you know, go-kart is not over, it's just on hiatus. I'm not doing it for a while, but I am bringing it back. But anyways, this track's, it's fun, it's pretty raceable. When I was doing that race, there were some pretty good battles. It was hard to pass, but it wasn't impossible. And it has decent aesthetics, it's got the fun factor, it's raceable, it's got pretty much everything. But it's not a great track that'd blow me out of the water, you know, it's not something that's like, oh my god, this is just the best go-kart ever. So, but it is a good one, a really, really good one, a great one. If I had to give it a rating, I'd give it an 8.9. I don't know. There's some things about the layout that I don't like. Like, for one, there's a lot of, well, there's a couple, it has the average go-kart turns, and then it has some unique ones, which I like. And it has some elevation, like right there, which is fine, because I do a bunch of crazy crap with my go-karts. The only thing is this track has a lot of sort of curvy sections where it's not really a turn, it's just sort of a curve. And, like, for example, here, you know, it's just a curve. And that leads into a turn, and that is actually, well, I guess you can count the curve as a turn, but I'm just saying there's a lot of just turns that are just curves, like this. Kind of reminds me with Unreal's GP tracks, where it's all about the long straightaways on Unreal's GP tracks. It's all about the long straightaways. With this go-kart, it's all about the really long, dragged-out curve turn, because there's quite a bit of that here. That's really my only gripe with it, but other than that, pretty good track. I'd give it an 8.9.